Hey, what's up guys? My name is Victor for Real Estate School. I got a question in the community from Marcus and he asked me, is this a good deal or not? And he sent me a link and some pictures with the questions, can I make money with this and what do you think? Well, let's look at the deal. I'm gonna switch screen. Okay, here we are. This is the question from Marcus. This is crazy cheap. Yes, it is crazy cheap, but why is it cheap? It's probably cheap because they want to get rid of it. And if I look at the building, I can see some of the pictures the realtor has posted on the listing. This is the floor plan. This is the house, the front, and the path to the house. The path to the house, it's a dirt road, and the back and the roof, again the road here, and some of the land that's on it, and here's some pictures of the inside, and a few inspirational pictures, I think. Well, what are we looking at? We're looking at a house in what's the name? Tjerneveld. Tjerneveld is really close to the border of Croatia and Slovenia, and it's actually on the road from the capital to the capital of the two countries. Well, very close to, so it could be potentially a good deal. But why do I think it's not a good deal? Because that's what I think, and that's because of the floor plan. It's only one room, and because of the pictures, it's crazy cheap. Asking price is about $8,500 US, and if I look at the listing, of course it's in Hungarian. It's no problem. It's 25 square meters, so it's very small. The lot itself is 771 square meters, and it has only one room. That's what it says. And here are the pictures. I already have them here. I downloaded them, and it's 2.5 million. What's the coin? The coin is named forint. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but the forint is very cheap. I think it's 2.5 million, which is in euros, so 6,500 euros, and in US dollars. Oh, it's with the A, American dollar. Here it is. So very cheap. Yes, it's cheap, but there is some problems with it. If I look at the pictures, which is one of the important things you can do with a listing, is looking at the pictures. I see a lot of problems in the house, and one of the problems is over here, that you have tears in the concrete, and there is no windows here, and in the listing it says it's a basement, and the balcony is very small. There's a dirt road, and there's a small stairs over here, so you come probably by car downstairs, and upstairs is the living room. And if I go to the floor plan, I see there is an entrance, and looking at the pictures, this is the space where the stairs are outside. You come inside a small hallway, and then there is a small kitchen with a window and a living room, and which is also the bedroom and small balcony. The dimensions are not that big. It's only 1 meter, so about 3 feet wide, the balcony, which is very small. And of course the basement is no living space. The listing says 25 square feet, but I see here it's only 12 sorry, 25 square meters, and the house itself is a lot smaller than in the listing. This is 2 and 8, so it's 10, 22 and a half in total instead of the 25. There is hardly any light over here, so, and there are no windows in the back and the side wall. What do I see? In the listing it says it's from 1976, the building, 1978, which is fairly old. What I suspect is that these walls are pretty thick, but there is also probably no insulation, and if there's insulation, it's pretty obvious, or it could be obvious that it's very poorly insulated. If I look at the road, how you come over there by car, you see it's a dirt road, and there is not really a parking space in front. This is probably ventilation, and if I look at the roof, I see some problems. There's plants growing here, ivy, and if I look at this material, this could be asbestos, so that is one of the problems I see. Here I see the chimney, it's also damaged, and so it has to be repaired. The house itself is very small, and the lot is fairly okay, depending on what you can do. I think the house itself is not so very good. If I look at the other pictures, I see here an old door and a panel inside. So this is probably the entrance of the kitchen, and this is the entrance of the living room. And looking at all the pictures, I think this would be the kitchen, because there's a table and there's two walls with no windows. There's only a pot over here, so I don't see any heating, and I don't see any electricity, because I read the listing also here, and translated it says there is only electricity close by. There are some more problems with this text. I'll go over there, but still, looking at the pictures, I also see here some problems with the ventilation of the house, and this is probably mildew, or from a very damp situation, bad ventilation, and bad heating. And this is green because it's probably mold. The rest of the house, in the living room, it looks pretty small, and of course 12 square meters is not that big, but there's only one heater over here, this beautiful green thing over here. So this is probably the entrance door if you come from the hallway over here. And yeah, what more? See, this is the only heating thing, so you need to heat it with wood. Looks quite nice, just for the picture, but not for rental. You have to do a lot of things. Renovation, oh, this was the last one, this is the thumbnail. Renovation would be very costly, because I think you have to restore a lot of the house, and probably replace the roof, and I'm not sure if this is the house, because it's in some different location, because I think that this is some other part of the area which you look from this direction or so, because if I look at the house itself, it has a different roof. So that said, I'm going to the listing itself. Well, first before I go to translation, I will show where you can find this this tiny house. It's here just beside the road from Budapest to Zagreb. This is the capital of Hungary, and Zagreb is the capital of Croatia. The place where it is between the two capitals, just right at the border, which could be very nice. The area itself is a nice area, and it says in the listing it's also for vineyards suitable. But for a vineyard you need a lot of more land to make that profitable. So the listing is in the comments, the link to the listing online. You can translate it yourself if you're interested in it. Very keen to use this. Turneville is located in the southern part of Zala country, the Hungarian, Croatian, Slovenian border. Some things are things you have to really note if you read a listing like this. It's very nice that it's surrounded by hills and that it's close to a village, but the property has no paved road. It's a gravel road, so a dirt road, gravel road, and the water and electricity are close by. So the house itself is not connected to the water and the electricity, and you can see in the pictures inside that it's not connected. You can easily connect it if required, but that will cost you a lot of money and also maybe permits and time to wait. The land is 771 square meters, but for a vineyard it's very small. Recommended as a weekend house or a summer house? Yeah, depending on where you live and where you want to be in your weekend. But if you want to rent it out and make money of it, I will show you something on Airbnb, what other houses in the same area look like. So the garden is actually listed as in the registry as a vineyard and farm building. So that means that it's not a house, it's just one of the buildings on a farm. So probably you need to ask a permit. It says here that you need a permit, a request to live there, or if you want to rent it out, you probably need a permit for it. So be careful just to spend your money on something like this. The rehab itself is probably more expensive than the buying price of the property itself. I was looking at what does contractor costs in Hungary, and that would still be very expensive, and then the building materials. So if you buy something like this, you probably tear it down. You need, looking at the pictures, to restore the walls, you need to probably have insulation in. I didn't see any restroom inside or a bathroom inside, and the problem with that is, if I'm comparing it to listings on Airbnb, this house does not look like something you see on Airbnb. The price on Airbnb are luckily also stated, and then you can compare to what can you get for your money. And if I look at the listings over here, I see a lot of things that look way much nicer and have a better location and better facilities in the neighborhood, better facilities inside the house. So there is a lot of things that you have to do. This is a full kitchen. This is The bathroom facility outside is nice, and with this house you see there are so many things to do. It's not really accessible, so I can talk for so many more things, but if you see that just a bedroom like this one with a shower, toilet, and a kitchen is only 112 euros. So if I put 10% down to compare it in dollars, it will be just below $100 for 5 nights, so $20 per night. But then still, this looks so much nicer than. And the facilities over there are so many more than with this house. It's practically impossible to make this the same to earn maybe $20 a night. So that's it. I think here, looking at the location, it's okay, but if you think, hey, it's a nice place to sleep, to go to the Croatian coastal area, this is about 200 kilometers drive, and if you want to go here, you want to probably be in this city or this city or this city or across in Venice. So I would advise not to buy this, but this is a very good practice to look at in the area. Hey, can we have something for a good price that you can rent out and make money from? Yes, you can, but you have to look at different listings. Looking at the listings on the website zenga.hu, you see that there are many more listings fairly cheap, who look also different, only on the first pictures already. So keep looking, keep asking questions, keep walking through potential deals, and find something that is better than this one, and probably also a bit bigger, because if you are living far away and you have to make money from this, and you have to do all the work or have all the work done by a contractor, the bigger the facility, the more you can spend on it to make it profitable. And with a listing like this, I think that the owner of the bigger property, which this is probably or has been probably part of, because it's just it's not a farmhouse, it's one of the buildings of a bigger farm. It looks like that one of the workers of the farm resided here for a while, and maybe he passed away, or they wherever they went. But I do not think this is profitable if you put your money in this. And yes, it's very cheap, but it's cheap for a reason. And there are many problems with this listing. So it's not easy to make it profitable. So Marcus, thank you for the question. I hope this helps you, and keep looking. I got your back. See you in the next one.